You've seen them 1,000 times. The little Wi-Fi signal on your phone, the yellow and black radiation symbol in a video game, the recycling triangle on your trash bin. But here's the question. Do you actually know where these symbols come from and why they look the way they do? Today, we're uncovering the hidden history of science and technology icons, not brand logos, but universal symbols of progress, danger, and discovery. These aren't designed to sell a product. They're designed to teach, to warn, and sometimes to terrify. Once you learn their secrets, you'll never see them the same way again. The atom symbol, probably the most famous science icon of all. A tiny nucleus in the center, with electrons orbiting like planets around a sun. It's simple, it's recognizable, and it's everywhere, from lab doors to superhero logos. But here's the twist. It's completely wrong. Electrons don't actually orbit like planets. In real physics, electrons exist in probability clouds, not neat circular paths. So why does the symbol look like this? It goes back to Niels Bohr's atomic model from 1913. His idea of electrons orbiting in shells was revolutionary at the time, and it stuck in the public imagination, even long after science moved on. After World War II, with nuclear power and the atomic bomb dominating headlines, the orbiting atom became the perfect icon. It simplified an incredibly complex concept into a symbol everyone could recognize. And pop culture took it even further. Fallout video games use it for radiation, The Simpsons use it for nuclear power plants, and comic books plaster it onto superheroes. The atom symbol is scientifically inaccurate, but visually unstoppable. The twisted ladder of life. DNA's double helix is one of the most elegant symbols in science, but it didn't become famous until 1953, when James Watson and Francis Crick published their model, thanks largely to Rosalind Franklin's X-ray diffraction photos. The double helix symbolizes the blueprint of life itself. Two strands, paired in opposite directions, carrying genetic code in sequences of A, T, C, and G. It's not just biology, it's identity, ancestry, and evolution. But here's the secret. The helix became a design icon almost overnight. Magazines and newspapers used it as shorthand for modern science. Companies rushed to put it on logos for biotech, genetics labs, even health supplements. And while the science is beautiful, there's also controversy. Franklin's crucial photo, photo 51, was used without her full permission. Watson and Crick got the Nobel Prize, Franklin got left out. To this day, every time you see that double helix symbol, you're looking at both the power of discovery and the story of someone whose contribution was overlooked. Three chasing arrows forever circling one another. The recycling symbol is one of the youngest icons on our list, and it came from a college kid. In 1970, the Container Corporation of America held a design contest for the very first Earth Day. Gary Anderson, a 23-year-old student, sketched 3 arrows forming a triangle. Each arrow represented one part of the cycle: reduce, reuse, recycle. He won the contest, and his logo became free to use worldwide. Today, it's on billions of cans, bottles, and bins. But here's the twist. Companies sometimes misuse it. A product may show the symbol but not actually be recyclable. Critics call this greenwashing. Still, Anderson's simple arrows became one of the most powerful environmental logos ever created. Your phone, your laptop, your smart fridge, they all connect through Wi-Fi, but where did that little radar-like icon come from? The Wi-Fi symbol is made of concentric arcs radiating from a single point, mimicking radio waves. It's easy, intuitive, and global. But here's the kicker. Wi-Fi doesn't mean wireless fidelity. That was a myth spread by marketers. The name was literally just made up to sound catchy, like hi-fi. The actual technology name is IEEE 802.11, but good luck putting that on your phone. The symbol itself reflects invisible energy becoming visible, turning radio physics into a language anyone can understand. Simple, elegant, unforgettable. Bluetooth, a technology that links your headphones, keyboards, and even your car. But did you know it's named after a Viking king? Harald Bluetooth was a Danish ruler in the 10th century, famous for uniting tribes under one crown. When engineers in the 1990s created a wireless standard to unite devices, they borrowed his name. The symbol? It's a bind rune, a combination of the Norse runes H and B. They stand for Herald Bluetooth. That's why it looks strange, because it's literally medieval writing hidden in your phone. The joke among engineers: Bluetooth unites devices like Herald united Denmark, and it worked. The name stuck forever. The microscope symbol is everywhere in science apps, textbooks, and even emojis, usually shown as a simple silhouette of a light microscope. It represents discovery itself, the ability to see the invisible. From Robert Hooke's 17th century sketches of cells to modern medical labs, the microscope is a symbol of human curiosity. Interestingly, most microscope icons simplify details, leaving just the outline of the eyepiece, arm, and stage. Why? Because the shape is instantly recognizable. You don't need to be a scientist to know what it means. It's one of the purest science symbols in design. A red bar rising inside a thin glass tube. So simple, but instantly clear. Heat. The thermometer icon comes from the classic mercury in glass design invented in the 18th century. The red color? That's not mercury. It's a visual shorthand. Real mercury looks silvery. Designers switched to red so even children could understand. The higher the red, the hotter it is. Today, the thermometer symbol survives in weather apps, medical forms, and even emoji. It's an example of how old tools shape modern digital language. The computer icon is a time machine. In the 1980s and 90s, it was a chunky CRT monitor with a keyboard. Floppy disks represented saving files. But as tech evolved, so did the icons. Flat screens replaced CRTs, cloud shapes replaced floppy disks. Every generation of icons mirrors the machines people grew up with. That's why some kids today don't recognize the floppy disk at all. It's become a symbol divorced from its reality. In short, the computer icon tells a bigger story: how fast technology changes and how design struggles to keep up. A strange, almost alien shape, 3 interlocking crescents around a circle. The Biohazard symbol was invented in 1966 by Charles Baldwin at Dow Chemical. His goal was clear: create a symbol with no cultural meaning so it would be unique and unforgettable. And it worked. Within a decade, the Biohazard symbol was recognized worldwide. Today, it marks infectious waste, labs, and hospital bins. But it also jumped into pop culture. Resident Evil turned it into a franchise emblem. Movies use it for zombie outbreaks. What started as a sterile lab warning became one of the most iconic danger symbols in the world: a jagged yellow lightning bolt. Electricity's symbol is as old as human mythology. In ancient times, lightning was the weapon of gods: Zeus in Greece, Thor in Norse legend. When modern science tamed electricity, the lightning bolt became its universal mark. In the 20th century, warning signs adopted the black bolt on yellow triangles. Fast, dangerous, powerful. And of course, pop culture amplified it. Superheroes like Shazam and The Flash wear it proudly. Pikachu in Pokemon fires it from his cheeks. The lightning bolt doesn't just mean electricity anymore, it means raw, unstoppable energy. A rectangle with bars inside, green when full, red when empty. The battery symbol is one of the most practical icons ever made. It comes from the physical design of early batteries, where charge levels were often shown with indicators or lights. In digital form, designers used color coding: green for full, yellow for medium, red for critical. But here's the interesting twist. The symbol doesn't really reflect how batteries work. There's no single bar of energy inside a lithium-ion cell. It's a metaphor, a visual story. And yet, it's so effective that you feel anxious when you see it turn red. That's the power of design: controlling emotion with color. A jagged line beeping up and down across a screen. The heart monitor symbol represents life itself. It comes from electrocardiograms, EKG or ECG, first developed in the early 20th century to record heart rhythms. The spiking line shows electrical impulses in the heart. Over time, this symbol escaped medicine and entered pop culture. Movies show it to build tension. Flatline equals death. A spike equals hope. It became universal shorthand for survival. Even emojis now show the EKG line inside a heart, combining medicine and emotion. A reminder that science and humanity often overlap in design. A fluffy white cloud, so simple, so friendly. But it represents one of the most powerful forces in modern life, the internet. The cloud icon became popular in the 1990s when engineers started explaining remote servers as in the cloud. Instead of thinking about wires and data centers, the cloud made storage sound light, invisible, and infinite. Designers chose the soft cloud shape because it was non-threatening, easy to draw, and already positive in culture. Who doesn't like clouds? Today, it represents the backbone of tech: Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox. The soft shape hides the hard reality: billions of machines powering the internet. The medical cross, a variation of the Red Cross, often blue or green, used to mark hospitals, pharmacies, and health apps. The telescope icon represents exploration and discovery, often simplified into a silhouette. The link chain symbol, two links of a chain, representing connection on the web. The watch icon. Smartwatch branding often uses circular silhouettes of classic watches, tying tradition to technology. Each of these icons tells a story, not just of science, but of how humans make meaning out of shapes. So there you have it, the hidden meanings of the world's most famous science and technology symbols. From the atom's orbit to the DNA helix, from Bluetooth's Viking roots to the cloud above your head, these aren't just icons. They're history, innovation, and human imagination made visible. Next time you see one of these symbols on your phone, in a lab, or in a video game, you'll know the story behind it. Which one surprised you the most? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't miss the next episode of Logopedia.